Please like the video and subscribe, we are so close to 500 subs. This is a part 2 to a previous Fallout video. If you haven't seen it, go watch it, and if you have, well, what are we waiting for? Let's jump into it. Yes, I want to see if I can realistically fight more Fallout enemies, but with my battles and losses, I've gained more experience, so 2 more perks that I'll be adding on to myself. The first one being the Blocker perk, which maxed out reads, take 45% less damage from your opponent's melee attacks. And since I've been traveling the Wasteland for some time, one legendary perk, which is the Exploding Palm perk, which also reads, while unarmed, 20% chance of triggering an explosion on attack hits. In total, I have 4 perks to help me traverse and survive this dangerous world with even more dangerous creatures. Remember, this is just for fun. Of course, it's impossible to cause explosions from your hands, but remember, those are my only weapons. By the way, the current season Fight for Freedom is really good. Play it if you haven't. The rewards, mwah, chef's kiss. Anyway, so let's not waste any more time. See who the first challenger is. As I'm collecting resources and material for my camp, I travel to a small area with some cabins, and when I arrive, I begin to collect some wood for a fire. I hear some nearby rumbling and faint heavy breathing from one of the cabins. I begin to collect more wood even faster now. The rumbling gets louder. Then, out of nowhere, a big burnt bear leaps out at me, its eyes filled with anger and fur almost non-existent. Instead, its body is covered in scratches and scars from its previous fights and kills. It's the Yao Guai, looking for its next victim, which happens to be me. But I need to get to my camp, and this beast won't stop me. Let's do it. There are many different types of Yao Guai. The one I'm going to be fighting is a normal Yao Guai, like that makes any difference. A Yao Guai is basically a black bear that, because of the radiation, it has turned to even more aggressive and stronger. In fact, it's about the same size, if not slightly bigger than a black bear. Even their name, Yao Guai, translates to demon or monster, so you know this thing is just always looking for a fight. If approached, a Yao Guai will always attack you. Okay, that's the background. Let's get back to the rumble. Okay, so what would I do? Well, the snout is kind of like a weak spot for most animals. Somehow it messes them up real bad, but this isn't some little animal we're talking about. Punching a Yao Guai in the nose would just piss it off even more and probably just grab me and kill me right on the spot. Best bet is to go for the eyes, another weak spot for almost everything. I would try to blind it so I can get some sort of an edge on it. Then from there, attack it in the snout, which is blind and it has no sense of smell, then I can maybe have a chance. Plus, with my stronger punches and better blocking, I can see his moves coming from a mile away than he can see mine. But realistically, no. I would not win against one. Even with my perks in this fight, they would just give me some time to run away and escape, which obviously I can't do that. I can't outrun an animal that runs 35 miles per hour at top speed, so yeah. Let me know down below, would you be able to take down a Yao Guai? Probably not, just be honest. Current record, 0-1. Hopefully I can turn this around. As I continue my journey in the Appalachia Wasteland, I once again return to the mire, arguably the scariest place to be in this new world. As I'm searching for some food, I come across this abandoned home left by someone else. I look around to see if anyone's inside. Nobody. I look through their things. It looks like no one has been here in a while. I see some purified water and some Instamash. Nice. Then I hear a loud buzzing sound. I crouch to stay hidden. It gets louder. I peek through the window and I see 3 giant flies that are slightly glowing with large stingers and big red eyes. I try to lay low, but I knock over a lamp by accident. They hear me, and all 3 of them turn around. 3 against 1 isn't fair, but nothing ever is in this new world. My next opponents are a trio of stingwings. Stingwings are mutated versions of a scorpion fly. Look at these little guys, cute, but when that bomb hit, they turned into this. Stingwings will attack. The primary choice of weapon is their giant stinger. That, when pierced with it, fills your body with poison. Plus, another thing that makes stingwings unique is their unpredictable flying pattern when fighting. So, that's the background. Now, let's get into this fight. Okay, here's what I would do. I am now surrounded by 3 stingwings. As they're swarming around me, one of them tries to take a jab at me. I would drop to the ground. Their flying isn't predictable, but their attacks are. Another one from behind tries to pierce me. I would turn around and grab onto their stinger, but on the long part of it. And with both hands, I swing it around, hitting the others, like Mario swinging Bowser. It would try to fly away from my hands. When I feel like I'm losing my grip, I would raise it up to the sky and repeatedly slam it into the ground. Then from there, stomp on it over and over again. As for the others, as they would try to jab me, I would go behind one of them and rip both of its wings out. Now immobilized, I focus on the third one. Giving it no time to attack like Donkey Kong, I clap both my hands with force on its head, and its head just turns into mush and my hands filled with nasty bug brains and blood. I pick up the one that I tore off its wings off of and take it home to make some nice stingwing stew. So yes, I think I'd be able to defeat 3 stingwings. Think about it. Yeah, they're poisonous, but once you avoid their stingers, then you're good. Also, they weigh what, maybe 30-40 pounds? That's nothing. This is one of my most violent fights, so let me know down below. Could you take on a stingwing? Record is now 1-1. Moving on to the next opponent. It's late at night, and I'm asleep in my camp. Everything is silent and dark until a bright green light illuminates my camp. It's so bright that I wake up in a fluster as to what's going on. I go outside, and I look up in the sky to see a giant mothership. Surprised and shocked as to what I'm looking at, a bright light shines down near me. From that bright light, 2 5-foot aliens that are green, wearing white armor and wearing helmets, step out of it. And behind them is a taller alien wearing thicker armor and also a helmet. I'm shocked. Aliens are something of fiction. They begin to shoot at me. with their blasters. These aliens are here to invade the Earth, and I can't let that happen. I guess it's my job to save the world. Yep, my next opponents are aliens. Aliens in the Fallout franchise have been a staple. In every major Fallout game, there have been aliens. They're not from Earth, obviously, and there are different variants. The ones I'm going to be going up against are 2 common aliens, and the third one being an alien invader, a taller alien wearing power armor and more intimidating. The only form of attack aliens have, though, are the blasters and also their drones, but in this case, there aren't any. So, let's see. Will I save the world from doom? Well, that's a little late, isn't it? Okay, so this is what I would do. While the aliens are reloading their blasters, I would jump out from my cover and grab one of them, using them as a shield, then run into the other one. The collision will cause their helmets to break. This wouldn't suffocate them because they'd breathe our air, but so that it's easier to beat their face in. I would just really punch it in the face with my strength mixed in with my perks. Easy. The other alien would probably shoot me in the back with its blaster. I would quickly turn around and block it, then go up to him and throw it away from him, far away. Now once again, hand-to-hand combat with a creature that is a foot smaller than me? Come on, it's like fighting a middle schooler. No offense to middle schoolers. But the real challenge would be the alien invader. Now that's the one you gotta watch out for. This is what I would do. You see how in the armor, specifically their lower torso, it's exposed. It's not covered like the rest of their body. So I'd punch it right in that area, and with my exploding palm perk, this part would just break, causing the alien's armor to split in half, and with it, him as well. And once it's immobilized and dead, I would take his body and his entire armor and put it in my camp as a decoration. So, let me know down below, how many normal aliens could you take on before they take you to their ship and do some things to you? My current record now stands at 2-1. Feels good, 2 straight wins? Let's move on to the next. As I make my way to the cobblestone farm for some crops to grow or anything to quiet my starving stomach, a nasty radiated storm kicks in with heavy rain. The rain begins to burn through my clothes. I begin to feel it, so I find some shelter in a nearby cave. I guess I'll wait out the storm. I go deeper in the cave. As I'm exploring for some loot, a giant scorpion pops out of the ground like it was waiting for something to walk by. Its pigment is something I've never seen before. Its skin is pale with eyes that are extremely red, as if it had camouflage to fit in and be the primary predator in the toxic valley. I need to wait out this nasty storm, and there's only room for one in this cave. Bring it on! Rad scorpions have appeared in all of the Fallout games, being a staple in the series. A rad scorpion for most of the time is very fast and can be big, as tall as a trailer tractor. Oh my god. The primary form of attack is their giant stinger that can poison you. They can also hit you with their giant claws and block any incoming attacks. These things are no joke. Okay, that's the background. Let's see how this brawl goes down. Like the Yaguai, a rad scorpion would be extremely difficult to kill. What I would do is go for its many eyes. Even though scorpions can still see without their eyes, it would give me a little bit of time to try to rip out one of its 8 limbs. And since that limb is also armored and giant, I could use it as a bat and try to smash its head in. But what would probably happen is that while I'm on top of it trying to pierce its eyes, it kind of puts me in a bad spot, literally right in front of the stinger. And without a doubt, it probably pierced me right in the back and into my heart or in my lungs. Even if I somehow defeated the rad scorpion, its poison would probably give me a nasty infection that I would die off of. As easy as it is to kill a real scorpion, I would have known I've never done that before, a rad scorpion would be extremely hard to take down, especially if your only weapons are your hands. Also, it has hard skin and armored plates all around its body, and the quick attacks from the claws and stinger are just too much. I don't think I'd be able to take one down even with my perks. Yes, I know I could obviously say that I punched it and it blew up, but the odds of that happening are 20%. A rad scorpion piercing me right through the heart is by far more likely to happen. So, let me know down below, would you be able to take on a rad scorpion mano-a-mano? Current record, 2-2. As I'm following the Overseer's mission, I stumble upon a taxidermy shop that in its basement has strange postings about disappearances and unsolved mysteries. I decide to put the Overseer's mission on hold and follow one of these. I read one that says, "A creature from a faraway desert." I then follow its directions and it takes me to the Cranberry Bog, a place filled with dangerous creatures. I arrive at a small cottage that seems to be burnt from the inside. I then make a horrible discovery, the skeleton of a family who have seemed to have been caught in the fire. I then see something dart out of the kitchen, a strange blue and orange-eyed creature. That is something that has never been seen in Appalachia. It resembles a gecko. It begins to breathe fire at me. Well, I gotta kill this thing for further study. Would have been cool to have as a pet, but that's kinda too late. My next opponent is a gecko, not seen in Fallout 76, but in Fallout New Vegas. I always found these creatures kinda cute, interesting, and scary, all at the same time. Their variants vary. The one I will be trying to conquer is the fire gecko. Their size is also something that is different, ranging from a human child to taller than a full-grown adult. Anyway, enough background. Time to take care of this thing. The gecko would spit fire at me. I would dodge it, and when it runs out, I'd go near it and punch it as hard as I can right in the stomach, a soft spot on their body. I would do that over and over again until I notice it's going to attack with its sharp claws. But with my blocking perk, I can easily work my way around that. The only problem is its fire. Another idea I had was what if I got behind it and tried to choke it out and keep its mouth shut while it tried to breathe fire. Its snout is like a crocodile's, long, so it'd be easy to grab onto. Plus, if I'm behind it, it'd be making it harder for the gecko to shrug me off. So, when it would try to spit out fire, it would overheat and internally cause some nasty burns, and it would kill the gecko from the inside. But it would cause me some injuries like being severely burned and have some nasty bite marks. Heck, I might even lose a limb. So yes, I would be able to take down a fire gecko. Now, if this was a legendary fire gecko, this would be a totally different outcome. I would have turned into a nice charred angel steak. But a normal one, yeah, no problem. Once you stagger it, then deal damage, that won't be a problem because their bodies aren't like the rad scorpions. They have way softer skin. Plus, with my Iron Fist perk, I'm for sure piercing through their skin. Current record stands at 3-2. As I'm limping towards my camp with my burns and broken body on a hill, towards the sunset, I see a deathclaw, who is taken in the air and breeze. It pauses and looks at me. I look at it. Inside, I'm praying that it won't come charging at me and just finish off what the gecko couldn't do. For a moment, we continue looking at each other, and it seems like he knew the battles that we've both been through, the fights and close calls, but we are still here. He nods, as if saluting me. I nod back, doing the same, and we both go our separate ways. Maybe one day, we will meet again. My final record stands at 3 wins and 2 losses, and 1 interesting encounter. Look, no ties. That's pretty nice. Let me know down below, how many of these creatures could you have beaten? Plus, let me know if you want me to do another part that solely focuses on the robot side of enemies, a very vast and interesting enemy category. Plus, thank you so much for the support of my channel. We are only a handful away of reaching 500 subscribers, so please like the video and subscribe. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Take care.